Has Starfield been forgotten about? Bethesda is having one hell of a month for Fallout. April is looking absolutely insane for all Bethesda fans, with loads and loads of stuff dedicated to Fallout around the TV show, loads and loads of exclusive Fallout events, Elder Scrolls Online celebrating their 10th anniversary, and loads of other good stuff going on at Bethesda. But it seems like Starfield, Bethesda's most recent title, has taken a back seat. There's been no news of anything new, which is a massive shame. Now, if you are a fan of Starfield and Bethesda titles, subscribe to the channel, because that is mainly what we do here. We do have a main channel where we cover survival games, so if you do want to check that out, the link is in the description down below. But when it comes to Starfield, Starfield has been out for over 6 months, and it is currently sitting at an average of around about 6,500 daily players. Over the last 30 days, it's been around about 5,700, with that every single month being a constant decline. Now, whenever previously I have brought up the Steam charts, people have always said it's a single player game. The Steam charts are not going to be up there. People aren't going to be playing it all the time, which is very, very valid. But when you compare it to previous Bethesda games, such as Fallout 4, which still has over 10,000, Skyrim, which still also has over 10,000, and both of those games are years and years old. Skyrim especially, and Skyrim is still over 20,000 on some days. So that is great. But with their most recent title not even being a year old yet, and only having, at the moment, with a 24-hour peak of 8,157 players, that is falling pretty damn low. And with everything going on, has the game been forgotten? Now, as I mentioned, Bethesda have had an absolutely insane month, with the start of April with having Fallout 76's new season, and then on the 4th of April they kicked off a week of celebrations for Elder Scrolls Online's 10th anniversary. And then there's been special screenings all over the world for Fallout, the TV series, which is coming on the 11th of April. Now that looks absolutely insane. That is coming, all 8 episodes are dropping at 5 AM UK time on the 11th of April. So that's going to be absolutely insane. But we've seen loads and loads of awesome stuff around Fallout. With some of these private screenings, could we have seen something related to the Shattered Space DLC? I highly doubt it, but the team has been relatively quiet. They did mention back in sort of December of 2023 that we were going to be seeing a 6-week update schedule. Now, with timings, it should work out that the next update should be anytime now, anytime in the next week or so. There is a little bit of confusion on whether they're going off the Steam beta branch updates or whether the full release when everybody gets it. So will it be 6 weeks from that full release or 6 weeks from that beta branch? I'm not actually sure. But either way, we should be hopefully in line for something relatively soon. With the latest update bringing a whole host of awesome features, it did bring in a couple of extra players, which is good news. Having more people come back is great, but it seems like the updates are few and far between and aren't really actually containing anything of substance. The latest update by far was the best one, with a few changes to photo mode and loads of other little bits and bobs, a few changes to how lockpicking works, so lockpicking is a little bit easier now and you're not wasting so many picks, alongside hundreds and hundreds of bug fixes, which does make people think that this could be something that is lining the game up for that Shattered Space release. Now, around about the same time at the start of March, there was a small update to Starfield's back end. Something DLC sized was added. And if we do go by, obviously as I've mentioned many times in the past, Bethesda's previous release schedules, and then 6 to 9 months later we will get to see a DLC. Now, we still have no news whatsoever on Shattered Space, and no news on whether an update is coming soon. So with everything going on at Bethesda, such as all the stuff for the Fallout TV show, loads of giveaways, and loads of events that they're doing all over the world, and it even trending on X, does that mean that they have put Starfield on a sort of backbench for a little bit whilst everything is going on here? I'm not 100% sure, and obviously they'll have separate people on separate teams working on different things, but all focuses on things Fallout at the moment is definitely what's happening. There is so much going on there. Could it completely overshadow anything Starfield related? Or could we get to see something tied in there in some form of ad around about the time that the Fallout show releases to get maximum eyes on it and hopefully bring in loads of extra players? I highly doubt that they'd do that, but it could be a possibility. Or something has gone wrong with the actual Shattered Space DLC Judging by the feedback that they got off the main game, things may have had to take a drastic turn, and they've had to completely rework how they did the DLC in the first place. Because if it follows the same loop of the main storyline, where, as I've mentioned before, many others have mentioned, it's very linear, there's not too much in it ways of choosing your own path and pretty much deciding how things end in the game, as there have been with previous Bethesda titles, where it felt like the world was your oyster and you could do whatever you wanted and everything was awesome. Starfield felt like it was definitely lacking that freedom, and having thousands and thousands of planets, well, not thousands and thousands, but over 1,000 planets and loads of stuff to explore, just having bare empty planets with a few major cities dotted around, that even those major cities were definitely lacking if they'd released with fewer planets, but one or two of them much more explorable like an actual Bethesda world, then I think that could have done things a little bit better. So could that be what they're doing with the Shattered Space DLC? Could they be adding something completely out of the works that wasn't even planned, and they've had to scrap their whole original Shattered Space DLC ideas to go with something new to kind of bring the community back on board with Starfield? Even the Fallout Creation Hub, which is their mod support across everything, that still hasn't come yet, and they did mention that that would be coming towards the start of 2024. Unfortunately, no news whatsoever on that either. It does look like it is definitely lacking for Starfield, and Starfield has just been pushed to the background until everything has calmed down a little bit over the Fallout show. But we'll have to wait and see. Hopefully we get some news in the coming weeks. Even if we don't get anything till May, I think I'll still be happy. I'd just like to see a little something about Shattered Space, or some updates with some more substance. They have mentioned that vehicles would be coming at some point. They did hint towards that, and I think that would be great. But whatever they do, hopefully they implement it relatively soon, just to keep people excited and on board with Starfield. Hopefully it doesn't get pushed to the back of people's minds and is a game that is just forgotten and nobody ever plays anymore. We'll have to wait and see what happens. But what do you guys think about Starfield's future? I was highly optimistic at the start of the year, but I think Fallout has definitely pushed it to one side, and maybe they're just gonna put all their eggs in that Fallout basket for a little while longer. Get out Fallout 5, get out loads of previous updates. There's even talks of New Vegas being remastered, and as I've mentioned, there is a ton of mods coming for the main Fallout games, such as the insanely cool Fallout London mod, which I can't wait for that to drop. I will be covering that when it does release on the 27th of April. But what do you guys think? Are you optimistic for the future of Starfield, or has it been forgotten and pushed aside for bigger things that are earning a shit ton more money? Fallout must be netting them a big old bag, because it's potentially already been renewed for Season 2, so that's pretty good news. We'll have to wait and see. The whole line of Fallout merchandise that's coming from it, though, is pretty damn cool. I wish I wasn't skint this month, because I will be spending a lot of money. There's some really awesome things that are coming from that. So I don't know. I'm excited for the Fallout side of things, but a little bit disappointed and upset for the Starfield side of things, because it is an enjoyable game. I had loads of fun playing it. I still go back and play it. I still will be doing content on updates, and I've got a few ideas floating around in my head for videos. So we will jump back in. Just been a little bit busy at the moment, but either way, if you do want to continue to support the channel, drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and if you want to check out our second channel where we do pretty much all things survival, that is in the links in the description alongside other socials. Follow us there. For now though, I've been Cowboy, you've been awesome, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.